It's Thursday, and you know what that means. It is IndyCar night on ERN. Hello again, everyone. I am Gary Gonzo, and good evening, and welcome to Round 9 of the Elite Racing League's Premier Series, the Warriors for Peace IndyCar Series Championship, as we come to you from Indianapolis Motor Speedway for the 6th Annual F5 Challenge Indianapolis Grand Prix. Qualifications currently underway. The clock is ticking at the moment. Group 1 currently out doing qualifying right now. That is everybody 16th and lower in the points. Here are your weather conditions. Not too bad out there. 76 degrees on the track temperature, 106 degrees. 106 degrees on the track temperature, 76 degrees on the ambient. So it's not too bad out there really for these conditions. For these seasoned iRacers in the IR18, the month of May is starting now with the Indy GP. Joining me as always is Luis Gonzalez-Nunez. Luis, welcome to, well, it's not quite the month of May, but it is the month of May if you live in Indianapolis, because we had 2 days of open testing today, and those 2 days ended. But now we kind of start in earnest on the sims with the ERN and the ERL leading into the month of May with their first race here on the schedule for the Indy GP.
Yeah, for sure. Good evening for everyone. So yeah, it's a lot of going today to do. A lot. So like I mentioned, Alex Palou in free practice today, he did the 223.9 miles per hour in practice in day 2. Here at your end, we basically kick off the month of May. We're still in April, but
yep,
for sure. With here in Indy GP, with Pinheiro leading by 22 over 40 and 46 over Stanley. So Stanley, my favorite to win today, but we see in practice, I think Pinheiro have a good chance to win and extend that championship contender. So Stanley, if he win today, can at least his hope alive for to go for the championship. So today is an Indy GP. In weeks later we have the Indy Quali. 2 weeks later we have in May 8th we have the Indy 500. Then we have a break. We come back on May 29th with Milwaukee Miles, and the final June 5th in the World Wide Technology Raceway. So this is when we have in the raceway in here. So the other thing is Maple Leaf leading over Ottawa, so they play now actually.
We're watching the playoffs as we are in. There are your rookie point standings. It is Clindy over Richie Hearn, Andrew Wood in 3rd, James Watson 4th, Kidda 5th, Ingrave, Keel, Aldrich, Pocock, and Wagner, your top 10. Those are your rookie standings coming into this week here at Indianapolis to start the month of May. Currently, Group 1 is on the racetrack. Let's get you some times and then show you what's going on. And Logan Spath, the winner at Long Beach, is in the lineup again tonight. He is currently provisionally on the pole in Group 1, with Seb Alexander making his return to the sim. Seb is currently 2nd. Gavin Hibbs is in 3rd. Connor Nixon 4th. Dan Marrera 5th. Pocock, Keel, Herrick, Aldrich, and Albrecht in the F5 car. He is currently provisionally 10th. We'll see the second group here go out momentarily. That is everybody 1st through 16th in points. Group 1 will be going to about 7:52 p.m. Eastern Time. And we're right there, so we will start seeing Group 1 peeling off and Group 2 starting to come out.
Talking about Seb Alexander, so this is his 16 starting in the ERN. The best result is the Indy 500. So Indy road course, the old Indy road course in April 25, when he started at 11 and finished 5th in that day. So that was the best result. The last one for him, October 17, when he finished 7th. Seeing he saw actually Chad Frankenfeld win the Indy 500 that day over Pinheiro.
And this is the 6th annual, of course, so we've visited here 5 times. This is the third time today we'll be on this configuration. 2024A, it was Pinero on the pole, Stanley getting the win. In 2023, it was Josh Chin sweeping all the top stuff there. He got the pole and the win. Pinero swept in 2022 during 2022 Season A. In the 2021 Season A, Presley Sora sat on the pole. Henry Bennett got the win. And in 2020A, Anderson swept the top steps as well. He got the pole and the win. So 3 sweeps in the 5 previous races. So it is a pretty high chance that whoever starts up front today is going to finish up front, barring no problems. The IndyCar track record is held by Will Power on this configuration with a time of 1:07.7, and we'll give you an idea what these guys are turning right now. And they're turning 1:11, so they're not quite within the IndyCar real range of the track record. Your all-time wins leaders here are Will Power with 5, Pagenaud with 3, Dixon and Palou with 2, Newgarden, VK, Herta, and Rossi each with 1. Your defending NTT IndyCar winner here from last season is Alex Palou. He got the win here last May. And Group 2 now is starting to come out. This is a fixed setup race, setup provided by the league, a 2.439-mile, 14-turn oval integrated road course. We're doing 85 laps a day with about 207 miles, just over 207 miles we'll be racing. No fast repair and limited tires. Pit road speed limit is 40 miles per hour. We could see anywhere between a 4 and a 3 stopper, and maybe if someone is very good and very light on the accelerator, maybe a 2 stopper, but I doubt it. A 4 stopper, the window will open at about lap 17. A 3 stopper, the window will open a lap about 21 or 22. And all the full course yellows will be kicked off by race control if there are any of those tonight. If you enjoy ERN's cover, go ahead before I get to the promo. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think so. You're talking about the stopper. I think you said maybe nobody can go for 3 stopper, but maybe somebody could be go for a splash and going to the end with to the end and low tank fuel.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's going to be able to do 2 stopper. That will be very interesting. The 3 stopper is probably the most optimal strategy. Maybe the 4 stopper if you push every single lap and you could really pull out a big delta. It is a awfully long time on pit road here at 40 miles per hour, and especially how long pit road is. And don't forget, they do have to swap tire compounds at some point during the race. So we're going to see a host of people go from start on the primes and go to the alternates, or start on the alternates and go to the primes, as we're watching Clindy and Hunter Ingrave in turn 1 having a little bit of a moment there. Ingrave, Spath, Hibbs, Nixon, Alexander, Morera, Pocock, still that Group 1 group, still at the top of the charts. If you're enjoying ERN's coverage of the Elite Racing League's Warriors for Peace IndyCar Series and respect the stream, please do us a solid. Make sure you support us by subscribing. And while you're at it, don't forget to smash like and click the bell so you don't miss out on future ERN broadcasts. 4 minutes left to go here in Group 2 qualifying. This is the last road course race of the season, the last of 4. And really, it's been a pretty loaded center portion of the season with road courses. Oh, Chad getting loose right before getting back onto the oval there.
I think about the 3 stopper. So what if can make full tank in the middle of on the first stint, short stint on the second, and go for full to the end on the third. So the third stint. So, sorry, third stint. Yeah, in between these two stints, it can make it a short stop. So basically, I did that, and sometimes works if you do consistent fastest lap every time. Doesn't make it burn your fuel, because you know you're gonna make basically one short stop to go to the end, and doesn't could be make somebody win maybe 2 or 3 positions over the other ones. He going maybe for that 3 stoppers. So it's very interesting to see who's gonna do it. Like we see in Long Beach, when after 3 or 5 laps, or less than 10 laps, they decide to, in the real life actually.
Yeah, Newgarden came in and got rid of those green tires really quick.
Exactly. What if? Because the rule is you have to change here for the compound. So it could be interesting to see who is gonna do that, or maybe you're gonna do for the usually we see every time. Just do the laps and try to burn the tire when the engine set is 22 something. Just go for that.
A minute 50 left here to play. Pinheiro goes to the top with a 1:11.3. Spatha's still second. Hibbs is third. Stanley fourth with a 1:11.7. Nixon is fifth. Blauman sixth. Fody seventh. Ingrave eighth. Alexander ninth. And Schold in 10th. As this Group 2 is now starting to put some times on the board.
Pinheiro is 1/10, almost 1/10 more fast than he did on practice now.
And he did his practice lap without push to pass. In fact, Stanley and Pinheiro were the top 2 in practice, and neither one of them, as confirmed by you, LGN, no one used push to pass at the top 2. I didn't check
That's
P3.
To make your
we did check P3, but P1 and P2 did not use push to pass in practice for that lap.
That's to make you the real approach you have in practice than your fake to use that push to pass and thinking about your fast, but no.
Here's Hunter Ingrave getting a time in here with about 30 seconds left. Ingrave provisionally now 5th. Kidda
maybe I am wrong.
Right behind him. Go ahead.
Maybe I wrong about Pinheiro. Is it the first time, or I am wrong with something on my computer? It's the first time to see Pinheiro with that skin, or always with that skin? Because
this is his Indy scheme. This is what we typically see him race at Indianapolis. So he's got the green and yellow on. Kind of looks like the Brazilian flag a little bit.
That's pretty good. So always I see him with the orange, yellow something. Maybe something by myself, but now it's good to see something different in my eyes for him.
Yeah,
my eyes.
A little bit of, not quite McLaren orange, but definitely a creamsicle type orange. And Pinheiro goes faster as qualifications now. The timer runs out, and final laps count now. Here we watch Ethan Stanley. This might be your last chance for a pole position lap here. Ethan Stanley entering in the old snake pit in turn 1. Getting ready to make the last charge on the accelerator down the front straight to the checkered flag. Can Stanley improve on his time? He has a little bit, but I don't think it's enough to go to the top. We'll see Stanley seconds.
Only improve in his personal time. Pinheiro improved second sector personal, but the third sector from 7 to 14, he improved the time, the big time. What is the name? My God. The record, sorry. For that. Yeah.
Okay. All right, and we are getting ready for the clock to run out here as we get some panoramic views of the Speedway area in the virtual sense here. There you see the golf course off in the distance, Lucas Oil Stadium. And we are getting ready to line up and go racing here momentarily. And we will do a full pace lap. And the Elite Racing League's pole winner award goes to Adriano Pinero, and it's sponsored by 4D Racewear. Check out their line of made-for-sim racing gloves, shoes, and apparel. Visit them today at 4dracewear.com or click on the link in the description. As I'm waiting for Pinero to load in, he's going to take his time and keep everyone guessing on what tires he is going to go with. As we are now waiting, only two people, only two of the top 10 have loaded in. Only two of the top 15 now. Connor Nixon now loads in. He's in 7th. We'll get you the starting lineup here momentarily. Gavin Hibbs loads in 4th. Richie Hearn in 8th. Everyone holding the cards close to the vest. What are they going to start this race with in terms of tire compounds? And, of course, we know in one of the stops they have to make today, they're going to have to switch those compounds.
By race control set, they going by single file. And the last corner, they're going to going by 2.
Okay.
To go to the end, so that's the one I race control set. Huh. Pinero is going full push for now.
Trying to load the camera on Pinero, but there we go. All right, well, let's get in today's starting lineup. On the pole yet again this season, Adriano Pinero leads the field to green, followed by his chief point rival, Ethan Stanley, in 2nd. Logan Spath, the winner at Long Beach, lines up 3rd. Gavin Hibbs for his best road course start of the season in 4th there. Blauman and Ingrave in row 3. Nixon and Hearn, row 4. Fody and Alexander back on row 5. Schold and Forsythe back on row 6. Frankenfeld and Wood back row 7. Watch those two come up from the field. Back in row 8, we have Dan Morera and a Leighton Norgard. One of our pretty decent road racers, along with one of our top 5 in points there, Leighton Norgard. Pocock and Clindy back in 17th and 18th. Kidda and Cool back in 19th and 20th. You got Jim Herrick and James Watson back on row 11th, team owners. Aldrich and Camargo back a row behind them. And then we got Albrecht and Blake Cluot. Blake Cluot making his first start in the series tonight as well. He's back in row 13. Huckleberry and Rebilas back in row 14. And Pizarro, who is on the podium our last race, he is back in row 29, and he might be starting from the pits.
I don't see him. Even in the car.
He might not have loaded in yet. He can load in late in the pits, I believe.
You can... Yeah, maybe, yes, you're right.
Field is now under the command of Pinheiro. Coming to the green flag this time by 85 laps. Last road course race of the season, the month of May, starts now for the Elite Racing League's Warriors for Peace IndyCar Series. Green flag, and Pinheiro wastes no time, and he is off.
It just take 5 tenths now before the break. Wow.
Oh, Ethan Stanley's going to send it to the inside on Logan Spath, but Logan Spath got the drop because Pinheiro took off. That gave Pinheiro second, or gave Spath second. Pinheiro begins to pull away as we're now getting too wide behind. Here comes Hunter Ingrave on Hibbs. Ingrave going wide at the end of the Holman Straight. Blake Clouat, I think, had a moment going down the back, the Holman Straight there.
Oh no, black flag for Pinheiro. Oh no.
The leader gets the black flag that he jumped the start.
But
I don't know. I don't have a reason for the black flag. You might have to check with race control.
Jumping a star. That's the reason they give you a Pinheiro. But I don't know if it's the I don't know if it's the my God.
I mean, the pace car was already off pit road.
A pace car is ready cross the cone. That's
we need to check Elite Racing League rules. Is it start on green? Is it start on green? If it's start on green, then maybe he got a jump on people.
It's something we see every time in ovals. It's like I really surprised about the black flag.
And he comes to pit road. And this really starts to change everything now already for the month of May. But that turns the lead over to Logan Spath, who is really no slouch on these road courses as well. Of course, he won at Long Beach. And we'll get you the vertical tree here and show you what everyone is currently rocking in terms of tires at the moment as well. But Logan Spath is no slouch, but Stanley really had the field covered big time at Long Beach until he ran into the issue coming to turn 7, I think it was, when it was Richie Hearn and him, and he came together with Richie Hearn. And also Pinheiro got into that as well. But we'll see if Spath has the pace covered for this race. It is now Spath, Stanley, Blauman, Ingrave, Richie Hearn, your top 5. Connor Nixon, Seb Alexander, Tyler Fode, Gavin Hibbs, Ryan Scholz, your top 10. Pinheiro, Chris Albrecht is showing in the pits right now with a meatball.
Oh no!
Looks like he might have had a moment.
On green.
So say that again.
The leaders is going on green. That's the race control said before we started on the even the start grid. So race control said what I mentioned about the single file, and then the last 2 corners we go on a 2 by 2. He said before after that the leaders going by green. Means when the green flag is out, you go. Interesting.
Yeah, that's definitely it's going to change the outcome of these. You know, each one of these road course races we've had this season has had a bit of drama in them, and the drama has invited itself in early today. With your pole sitter getting the black flag for getting a jump at the start. but that now turns the lead over to Logan Spath, our Rookie of the Year. Go ahead.
About Chris Albert, he lose the control on turn 14 when you come into the main straight. Very loose on the back and hit the wall. That's why he have a meatball flag for him.
And he's already checked in as Hunter Ingrave goes wide at turn 1, now in a battle with Richie Hearn. Ingrave just needs to let him have it and get back in line, and he does, and he needs to hold off Connor Nixon. Connor has a bit of a run as they go through that quick chicane going down the Holman Straight. Now they're side by side down the Holman Straight. Pinero goes purple that lap. I'm sure he's seen a little bit of red. Looks like Ingrave's going to lose 2 spots, but he gets back in line and regains his form.
Yeah, so Blumen, I think I have a slow down for him. Now it's clear.
Oh, Blauman has a bit of a moment, and he's getting freight trained by everybody.
No, he have a slow down.
Oh, it has slow down. Okay,
he got
all right.
First. But now he have a black flag because he didn't serve the slow down. So it's black flag for him.
He didn't meet the slow down in time. Okay.
Yes. Unfortunately,
let's see if we can watch this again. Blauman where did Blauman have the runoff? We're watching the pass.
In turn one, he just cut. He went straight. He went to one of the exits on turn 4, maybe on the oval, and that's a lot. Maybe 2 seconds or something like that.
Oh yeah.
That's
we're watching it right now, and he comes back in through the escape road.
He got to serve it because that's right racing black flag, unfortunately. But let me tell you, he took a lot because in turn 12 he got the 11, he got the black flag, but he have all that turn 1 to 10 to clear that and slow down. What is the point? So you can just break a little bit, maybe for 1 second, easy. But now he must to going back on the field.
And your top 5 now is Spath, Stanley, Hearn, Nixon, Ingrave. As we're watching this battle back between Richie Hearn and Connor Nixon. Richie Hearn on the alternate tires. He's the only one in the top 10, actually in the top 12 to start on the alternate tires. Everyone else started on the prime tires. I think Blauman answering pit road right now, and he might take this opportunity to switch tires, and he can now continue the race all race long on whatever preferred compound he wants now. Logan Spath now leads by 1.4, 1.3 seconds at the front.
That's a long stop for Blumen, really long. Wow.
Is that a hold?
Yeah, it's not hold.
40 second hold? Okay. Thought if you don't give up your position, that's and we had a pass for positions also. Connor Nixon getting around. Something happened to Richie Hearn.
I'll let you know. Oh, he went wide at turn 12, but he came. Oh, Nixon hit on the back. He lose. Okay, iRacing forgive Nixon the front wing.
Here it is. I think this is it right here.
Richie Hearn.
We're not sure where this happened. We're just gone back in time a little bit. I think we'll go back in time just a little bit more.
1 lap.
Yeah, here it is.
From now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, he just kind of sends it into the 12 there and punts Hearn. And I want to go back to live TV here. Here we go. So back up front, our leaders now, that gap has gotten a little bit closer between Spath and Stanley. Stanley looks like he has regained a little bit of his consistency and pace and is starting to run down Logan Spath, lap 9 of 85. Connor Nixon back in third, a distant third now. Hunter Ingreb in fourth. Seb Alexander in fifth. Tyler Fode in sixth. Hearn back to 7th, Hibbs in 8th, Schold 9th, Frankenfeld now up to 10th. Two of the Little Eagle Racing teammates are together there with Schold and Frankenfeld. And then we got Andrew Wood joining that group as well. Go ahead.
All of this train is from 11 just for the third position. That's
there you see it right there. There's your entire picture. Yeah.
That's crazy.
And if there's one road course that everyone knows that's on this schedule, maybe besides Long Beach, it's certainly the Indy GP road course. This is a road course that a lot of other leagues and the official series will run quite a bit. So the fact that we have so many drivers kind of packed from third on back really makes sense. Is that this is a lot like Long Beach and Road America, tracks like that often encourage a lot of participation and a lot of people to take a lot of practice at. Stanley now within a second of Spath in turn 12 as they're into the old infield section of turn 1. That is the old snake pit for those of you that are familiar with the old Indy 500 before they kind of reconfigured the place a little bit for the internal road course. Very few cars on the alternate tires right now. Richie Hearn's your lead car. Gavin Hibbs falling back through the pack a little bit. And he has a black flag and currently is on pit road.
Black flag, why? Oh, actually, he's gone. He just, disconnected.
He is disconnected and done. So Hibbs now out of the lineup. We'll take a check on Pinero here, our pole sitter, who had to answer a black flag early in the race. He is now up to 20th position as he is working now on James Watson and Jim Herrick.
I'm really pretty sure Gabby Gibbs got the black flag by cut the course, maybe. But when? Who knows? But yeah.
Richie Hearn is first on the alternate tires. As mentioned, Norgard is also on the alternate tire. He's 12th. Keel is 13th. Kidda's 14th. All three of them on the alternate tire. Pinero now on the alternate tire as he is coming up through the pack right now, and he is about ready to join this battle between James Watson and Jim Herrick. This is for 18th, 19th, and 20th.
Pinero is 1.2 seconds faster than Waxton, Hendrick. Even Blake, Clendy, Damorera, Kita. So I can tell it's 1 second over by lap for all of these guys. So, but it's coming save fuel. So you see is lifting a little bit.
And he got a big time loose there as he was getting back under power in turn 1. We'll see if he takes a stab at these two down the Holman Straight. This is the road that runs right down the middle of the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, and he is going to pass Watson. Watson ducks out of the way, and then he's going to dive into the inside on Herrick, and two positions in one turn and a straight for Pinheiro, move him up to 18th. Meanwhile, back up
Nice.
front, the battle for the lead is getting very tight as Stanley has caught Spath, as we're at lap 13 now of 85. We're about 9 laps away from the first window opening for the 4-stopper. The 3-stopper, we're actually about 4 laps away from the 4-stopper, excuse me. The 3-stopper will open about lap 21 or 22. How hard does Stanley push here?
I said maybe he didn't even push too much. It just maybe it's time to save a little bit fuel, and yeah, sometimes it's better to save a fuel to going on push when he won, because when you're started the first stint, is in my condition, it's better to save a fuel to try to cut one of these 2 stints remain. You have to do it, so that's much better.
And in chat, that says Paula says the like button isn't working. I just checked the page and I was able to like it. So try refreshing the page here, and you'll load right back in. You won't miss anything, and see if that should fix that. And if you're not able to like after that, then I don't know how to fix that really. But I would try refreshing the page. Frankenfeld has reached Richie Ern for a battle for 8th, as they're going to take a shot at it down the Holman straight. On push to pass is Frankenfeld, as you see there. He's going to take duck to the inside, coming into 7, and move Frankenfeld up to 8th. And also Andrew Wood getting the drop on Hearn as well. So Hearn started up front, but he is now down a couple spots, and he is down in 10th now. Today's 6th annual.
For the pass, Stanley.
Okay, let's go back to the front here. Stanley getting the pass on Spath, and we want to take a look at that before we get into here we go. Here's a replay on that.
Interesting pass, really, for outside. Even inside, that's pretty good for Stanley.
Spath did not really fight him very hard. Gave him lots of room. Very fair.
Let's see if they use the push-to-pass photo then, because no, Stanley, Pat didn't use, but Stanley, yes. So I think so, like I just said, he didn't make any approach to protect the position.
The 6th annual Indianapolis Grand Prix is proudly sponsored by F5 Challenge. It's a nonprofit organization that enriches lives through face-to-face fellowship and exciting adventure challenges in a faith-driven environment. Their mission is built on the 5 F's: faith, fellowship, fitness, fortitude, and fun. F5 Challenge inspires people to lead active, connected, and purpose-filled lives. To learn more, to get involved by visiting their website, follow them on social media. All the links you need are in the description. Proud sponsors here of the Indy GP for the Warriors Peace IndyCar Series F5 Challenge here at Indianapolis.
So we are between 6 to go for our first stop, but no means Pinheiro. I think so. Pinheiro maybe is the guy burn more fuel to go to the front, and still over there. And also a lot of push to pass. It's 162. It's not the real. We don't see every time Pinheiro use the push to pass in track. I remember Barber, he didn't use a lot. It's just maybe less than the 80. And today is to use 162 have remained. So
Yeah, here is the push-to-pass report as we watch Stanley doing a bit of a weave down the front stretch trying to break the draft of Spath. Stanley 188. Spath has not used it yet, which tells me that he wants to go very long into this stint as possible. So he is trying to conserve fuel. Nixon is at 186. Ingrave, Alexander have not pushed the button yet. Foti just a little bit at 189. Schold 176. Frankenfeld 159. Wood at 150. Hearn still at 200. Pinero on the button now as he's reached inside the top 20, so we will see him on the tree. And Pinero passes Clouat.
Wow.
And we'll go back.
I thought it was going to go over Clendy, but yeah.
Oh, yeah, that was really close. And he was trying to get Clendy. And I think Clendy was expecting it.
Oh.
But he gets the spot on Clouat. And there you see Pinero at 146. So he has used the button quite a bit in this first stint. Actually, now it's his second stint since he's come to pit road early to answer that call for the black flag.
Incident over Camargo. No, it's not Camargo. It's Peacock. Pocock hit Jim Herrick in turn 7. Oh, he lost the front wing. Oh no, iRacing give it the front wing back to Jim Herrick.
Trying to find it, but we might have to search that one out. We'll get back to racing action. We'll search that out in the session logs here.
Richard Herring in pits now.
Hearn scheduled stop. Jim Herrick also making a stop because might have had some damage. Go ahead. Where is it?
You have to be Kuhl and Norgard and Bloman 3Y, and they have an incident turn 1. 2 cars broken over there. Norgard, wow. Thomas Kuhl went up on the car on the Norgard.
All right, we're catching
on front of Pinedo.
Okay, so let's check this again. This is down the front stretch as we got Blauman on the outside, Norgard in the middle, Keel, and it's also right in front of Dan Morera. And so now they're trying to free each other. And here comes Pinero driving through the accident zone. So, again, this, everything happening all in the mid-pack, trying to stay on top of this. Unlike Keel's car on top of Norgard's car, but here comes Keel's car to pit road. And if you hear any additional sound in the background of my mic, that is not from these cars. That is from my the people that mow my lawn have decided to come and mow my lawn at 8:30 at night.
Okay.
Yeah. Back up front, it is Ethan Stanley, Logan Spath, trying to find that incident with Jim Herrick. There's that incident with Jim Herrick.
He's on turn 7 before the break.
Here we go, right here. With Camargo?
Camargo. Yes.
Oh, and Pocock just right to the side of him. Okay.
Unfortunately, Jim Harry have a black flag for maybe cut the course, didn't serve it, David slowed down. It's going to be one of the
Yeah, he's back on pit road again, so
issues.
He's going to be answering that right now.
Yeah.
So here is Stanley, your leader, and the pit window is about to open. So we expect to see these guys come down pit road anytime. Logan Spath second, Connor Nixon. And let's get the push-to-pass number off there, by the way. It's Connor Nixon getting by some slower traffic right now. That is Mark Rebilas. There we go. We'll get the intervals. Actually, to give you a better idea, how about some gaps between positions? There we see a pretty close battle starting to unfold with Foti reaching Schold.
So Piñero is like Scott Dixon. He's the kind of guy who on the back on the field and is going on the front with a lot of push, a lot of driver, and just now it's in 13 in there. The thing is, if he's going on front of Richie Hearn, now it's in 21, it could be in top 5. I said top 5. I said, yeah, maybe top 5, yes.
All right, well, we'll continue to watch this story develop. As Norgaard in the pit road, he had some possible damage on his car. We saw with the incident in turn 1, so he is answering the call now. We'll see how long of a stop this is. Going to the alternate tires. Norgaard, top 5 in points, down and away. Did get some work done on his car. Here is Ethan Stanley. As he is now on the turn 4 portion of the infield, now down the back straight to Holman Straight. Going into turn 7. Turn 7 is about where the medical center is, just behind the newly renovated Hall of Fame Museum. I recommend anyone checking it out. I have not got a chance to check that out yet, but from all the pictures and videos I've seen, it is quite the interactive experience. You should definitely check that out. Before they did a renovation of the place, it screamed 1970s from the way it looked and smelled. But here goes Logan Spath coming to pit road. So he's coming on 22, and I don't think Logan has used very little push to pass. He only used just a little bit there coming to his in lap.
5 seconds. Yeah, just only 5 seconds on this on Logan Spath. So Shad already did the stop. So it's going to
Connor Nixon on pit road, Hunter Ingrave on pit road, Seb Alexander on pit road, Ryan Scholl on pit road. DC. What happened to Richie Hearn?
DC for him.
DC for Richie Hearn. So he is out now in 25th position. He will fall down to 26th here in a little bit when Jim Herrick passes him on laps. So all of the top 5 pretty much on pit road at the moment, with the exception of our leader and his teammate, Tyler Fode, Ethan Stanley. There is Ethan. Tyler right behind him by about 12 seconds. They are on another strategy, obviously. Teammates staying out long. Andrew Wood also staying out long. He is currently in 3rd. Dan Marrera moving up to 4th. Pinero now in 5th.
Wow, hit incident with Thomas Hull and Rebilas. Mark Rebilas in turn 1. Mark Rebilas with the meatball flag over there because the incident with him. Whoa.
Maybe we can go back in time to see that.
In
go back
turn
a
1.
little bit further.
I think so. Rebilas tried to break and leave the pass, but I think so.
And Keel just overcooked the zone and unfortunately ran into the side of Mark, unfortunately.
And black flag for him for the incident.
So a number of drivers on pit road, including Pinero. Pinero right behind Dan Marrera. So scheduled stops here at lap 24. Ethan Stanley still out there turning laps. Does he make the turn down in the pit road? This time he does. So Ethan Stanley answering the call to come to pit road at lap 24. Logan Spath now in 2nd. Looks like we had Tyler Fode already came to pit road. He is just out now. So we'll see how Ethan Stanley comes out now as Spath is running him
Pinheiro
down.
over. Pinheiro over Dan Morera, so he won a position in track, very close on Kita.
And we're watching Ethan Stanley come all the way down to his stall at the very end of pit road. Logan Spath now 14 seconds, 13 seconds from making the pass. Down and away. Here is Stanley. It might be close. We're going to see Spathon push the pass coming to turn one. And he doesn't quite get him. But Logan Spath sets a purple lap when he needs to. And now he needs to get Stanley. Stanley is on the alternate tire. Spath on the Stanley on the prime tire. Spath on the alternate tire. This is the window that Spath needs in order to run down Stanley. Can he do it?
Dan Morera have a maple flag also too.
Oh yeah, he has a wobbly left front, and that might be day
turn
done.
14, very loose. It's the second time to see the people in loose and turn 14. Oh.
And he got it in the final turn, right? Coming to the straightaway. And we saw some people in practice get loose, and then the car snap on him. And I think that might have been what happened here. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And he regains it, and it pow, right there. Yeah. Saw it a number of times in practice. So Logan Spath got around Stanley. We did not see that, so we're going to got to go back and check that out as we're checking out other action on the racetrack.
Let's see where. But Stanley have the primary tires now.
Oh, Ethan Stanley! Did the same thing happen to Ethan Stanley, and he spins out on the front stretch.
Oh, really weird. This is the third time to see the same team. Maybe they're going too short in the corner. Wow, that is kind of wiggling over there. Do you see it? Boom, boom.
Yeah,
wow.
he just comes right on around, and now that turns the lead over to Logan Spath. And I was wondering because I didn't, when I saw Logan had the lead and I didn't see Ethan Stanley nearby, I wondered if there was a bigger deal, so I had to look that up. And that's exactly what happened. So Spath regains the lead just by keeping the car underneath him. And so Stanley now has to regain all of that space he lost because he was a leader by about 2 seconds or so. And I don't even know if you can attribute that to cold tires, because those alternate tires should have been up to temperature, but now he's also behind the lap car of Richie Hearn. So he needs to not only get around Richie Hearn, but he needs to regain 6 seconds. And there Richie moves over. He needs to regain 6 seconds somehow and run down Logan Spath. There's still plenty of time left in this race. He can still do that, but that just makes his race that much harder on the strategy of going to the alternate tires on this stint. That might not be the one to pay off. He might have to go back to those reds to finish this thing off.
Yeah, it's hard when it's happened. That is, first of all, you have to think about it. What kind of thing I did to have that problem with that track? I already did 24 laps, maybe more than that. Couple, maybe more, 26. Perfect in that corner. Now in one just only lap, I lose 6 seconds. So just he needs to focus to finish the race. Actually, Logan Spath is not in the contender for the championship. So the good thing for the Logan Spath is not have that guy in front to me catch me in the championship. So for the Spath, I think the best bet is just finish the race in better condition. what is happening on Long Beach. That is a really disaster race. So I think that's Stanley have to do it today.
We're going back in time a little bit here and watch what happened to Stanley. So he's entering the infield portion of turn 1 right now, and we'll watch what happens. He has a slower car in front of him, but that does not play a role. That car goes to pit road. That is Huckleberry, so that is very clear. He now is getting ready to hit the main straight, so he's hard on the acceleration. And it's not that, it's that, oh, it's even before the grass he gets loose. And then how he manages to not hit a thing while spinning. He comes really close to the inside wall, and now he's in the middle of the track while cars are at speed. That could have very easily called a caution, and there goes the leaders right around him.
Wow. That's an indication to him, hey, I think you have to finish the race like this, because that was a really miracle for him. Don't hit the wall. It was pretty close to hit it.
We're lap 29 of 85, now checking out a battle for 8th, Andrew Wood and Chad Frankenfeld. Andrew Wood, the winner of the Lionheart Speedway Series Indianapolis 500. And then also we have last season's winner of the Indy 500 and Chad Frankenfeld here in 2024B in the Elite Racing League's Warriors for Peace IndyCar Series. And we want to thank the Warriors for Peace for signing on, being a title sponsor for the IndyCar Series again for this season. ERL is proudly sponsored by Warriors for Peace. Warriors for Peace is a nonprofit organization organization working to end violence and to inspire peaceful change. Founded in memory of Jack Shockley, they support youth through scholarships, mentoring, and community programs. To learn more, to support their mission, visit their webpage at warriorsforpeace.org. That's the number 4 and warriorsforpeace.org for one of their socials today. The links are all in the description. And we want to thank Warriors for Peace for their continued support of this signature series. Chad Frankenfeld continues to run down Andrew Wood. Battle for 8th down the home and straight. If you're just joining us, this is ERN's coverage of the Warriors for Peace IndyCar Series 6th Annual F5 Challenge. It's the Indianapolis Grand Prix coming to you from the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, where we completed now 30 of 85 laps. Make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on the next race. The next time you see us, that will be right here next week, as we will decide the pole position for the 14th running of the Rebilas Photography Indy 500. Start time is 7:45 p.m. Eastern Time. Don't miss it. The run for the pole next week right here on ERN. Still watching this battle between Frankenfeld and Andrew Wood. Either two drivers with hundreds of starts in these cars. Wood on push to pass already. Frankenfeld now catching up, both on push to pass down the Holman straights. Just behind these guys by about 15 seconds is Pinero. Pinero is up in the top 10 already.
That's a really good performance on Pinero to have in top 10. I think so. It's a really consolation on the mistake, because they mentioned on radio the leaders going on green, and I know in ovals the leaders going whatever they want, but on green. So, yeah, that's unfortunate for Pinheiro, but it's recovered pretty good now for top 10 over there.
Frankenfeld on push to pass down the front straight, running down Andrew Wood. Logan Spath is your leader now by 4 seconds, so Stanley has already carved into that lead by 2 seconds already. Nixon is third, Ingram fourth, Alexander in fifth. Let's take a run. Oh, actually, I don't want to leave that battle because it keeps getting close. I do want to go through the field a little bit here and give you a brief picture of where everyone is on the racetrack. This battle is stabilized for the moment. So let's go up to Connor Nixon. There is Connor in third. Just behind him is Hunter Ingrave. Seb Alexander is in fifth.
Wow. Let me tell you, after the incident of Stanley, he got from 6 seconds to 4.9. So it's going, last lap he went 1 second faster of Logan Spath.
And he is 8 laps into his current stint. He went 24 last time, so he's only a third of the way through his stint. Logan went 22 laps on his first stint. He is 10 laps into his current stint, so Logan is about halfway done with his stint. So we're going to see how a little bit different strategies are going to pan out here momentarily. In front of Stanley is lap traffic. That is Neji Camargo. Got a bit of a rough day. Scholl getting a run on Seb Alexander down the main straight. He's going to take a look to the inside on Seb, and he is going to get that spot. Seb's not going to let him have it easy. Moves Scholl up to 5th, Seb back to 6th. Now can Scholl run down Hunter Ingrave. Ingrave, a veteran of the Formula Indy Series, which runs predominantly road courses, is a road course specialist. But he's no slouch on ovals either. Go ahead.
Oof, Ryan Schultz and
Frankenfeld. Frankenfeld to the inside of Wood, and he gets that position. So that battle reinitialized, heated up, and now it's cooled off again. As Frankenfeld goes by, Schultz and Alexander still in a battle.
He's still there, and Ryan Schultz, like I said, jumped the sausage and almost lose the control on turn 8 and 9. Now it's going, yeah. That's big curves over there. It's really big. Sometimes you see on your cockpit, it's like whatever. But when you're jumping over there, it's like
it's
really
like
tall.
It's like the General Lee.
Yeah.
Out the gearbox of Hunter Ingrave. Getting ready to say he also runs a lot of ovals too, but does very well on the road courses from the Formula Indy Series, and that's also where our leader comes from, the Formula Indy Series, Logan Spath.
Seconds is really, you said 15 seconds like 4 laps ago. Now it's 11.7 now for Piñero and close of Wood, but it's a lot, and really a lot. And we are still 50 to go, passing for lap for the main straight. But
now we got 50 laps and a 2 more pit stops for a lot of these guys to go, so still a lot can happen.
Yeah, but when you're 50 to go, it's like what if you can catch after that 12 seconds? Maybe you can reduce that 12 to 2, and then you have to make the pass. That's the other 2 or 3 seconds maybe for lap. You have to do it for
Dave
him.
Huckleberry trying to get out of the way of everybody in the turn 2 infield portion. He's just doing his best to stay out of everyone's way, and did a pretty good job. Tyler Fode did a pretty good job avoiding it as well. You always see a car in the grass, and you're like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Don't pop out on me. Don't pop out on me.
Yeah, he's coming also brand of the back. Oh, well. Okay, thank you. And now Frank is clear to the front.
And I think we have someone on pit road. Chris Albrecht's currently day done.
Camargo is
Camargo. That's it. I saw someone make the turn down pit road. There he is. Here's Logan Spath, now leader by 3.7 seconds over Ethan Stanley. And again, by the time Stanley catches him, Spath is going to be in the window for his next stop.
Yes, it is. It's very close. Actually, it's really, really close for the Stanley before the next stop. So you still have 8 or maybe 10 to go for next stop. Maybe 12 because last time he did 24. But the moment when he come into the pit, maybe he's gonna be very close on the spot. So let me tell you, Stanley is really fast. With that incident, he can make the pass and he can go to the front. But
is he burning more fuel trying to be faster? Or is he still running the same pace that he was before? And he's just, manages to conserve fuel and still be fast at the same time, a la Scott Dixon.
I think he still do it the same times. I see the last stint, the fastest thing he did is 1.12.6. That's the fastest he did on the first stint. But he still doing the same laps. Just a little bit slow on this in this stint, but it's the same one. I see one is going approach to the that faster lap he did with the new tires. So he's doing the same laps. Actually, same laps. It's no slow down. It's just going attack, burn the fuel like he did on the first thing.
So what do you do for tire strategy then? Spath is obviously he is going prime alt. Do you do alt again to finish the race, or do you go prime alt prime? What do you think you do for that second and third stop?
I know I fast with that tires what they have now with the primary tires. I can change it. That one, I know I'm gonna get close to the spot, and 100% I'm gonna get close to the end of my stint. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna keep it that tire for the next stint, and I'm going for secure the first position with the alternative tire for sure. That's my strategy. That's what I think he can do it. If you ask me if I do that, when all the faster I do it, I'm gonna do that. So my next stint is gonna be with primary tires, and to the end with alternative tires. Oh, that's dangerous.
A lot of lap traffic in front of Stanley, and that
you don't want to
all the while Stanley keeps his foot in it. I don't think he slows down really at all.
I think it's like is great to don't lose the car in that turn, because when you saw it last when he lose the car when he make the turn outside. That's really dangerous. I think it's more dangerous getting now. But Stanley's getting there, so it's going to be just time to Stanley going for the first.
All right, well, before we get to the next round of pit stops, let's get a quick word in from iRacing and from World Wide Technology Raceway. We're going to go side by side. We'll be right back for the next round of pit stops here in the Warriors for Peace IndyCar Series. It's the 6th annual F5 Challenge Indianapolis Grand Prix right here on the Elite Racing Network.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
They walk among us, but at 240 miles per hour, they become something more. Buckle up. This new era of speed, this racing revolution, it's just getting started.
Since 2010, race fans have had one burning question. When will the Xfinity Series return to World Wide Technology Raceway? You asked, NASCAR delivered. On Saturday, September 6, 2025, the magic is back. We're going to introduce you to a new crop of future champions and Hall of Famers, and we'll create more of the greatest moments in racing history. Go to www.raceway.com for the hottest ticket of the year. 3 years of sellout crowds, 3 years of edge-of-your-seat action, 3 years of jaw-dropping finishes. Worldwide Technology Raceway has rocked the world of NASCAR, and now NASCAR is giving us another reason to celebrate. The 2025 NASCAR Cup Series Championship Playoffs are coming Sunday, September 7th, 2025. Go to www.raceway.com for the hottest ticket of the year.
And we're back, and we're watching the battle now for the lead as Spath is given as much as he's got, and Stanley has reeled him in now. It is less than a second, 0.7 of a second, trying to run down Logan Spath on an extremely worn set of alternate tires right now as the prime tires come into their window.
And it is also Connor Nixon is getting close and close. 5.3 over these two guys. So it's going to be held a lot on Nixon about the Stanley. Logan Spath keep holding Stanley because Nixon could be close. And actually the timers on the Stanley is a little more fast than the Logan Spath, but this do a good laps in the track. Actually, Hunter and Grave is close, 1.6 on Nixon also too.
Well, as we get to the end of a lot of these stints, these battles are now starting to come together. Stanley on push to pass. He might take a swipe at it here down the front straight. Defensively to the inside, Logan Spath. Stanley going to the outside. He's going to go try to get the long way. I think he's going to be able to pull it off. Logan's still there. He's not going to give him as much room. Contact in the one. I think Logan learned a little bit that first time, and he gave a lot of room last time. This time he's like, not so much room. They make contact. Stanley's back at it. He's attacking now down the Holman straight. He's on push to pass, and I think Logan might be, I'm not sure, Logan might be just letting him have the position.
Yes, he leave the position because in the corner he was first, and Logan Spath in radio says no story. So good for Logan Spath over there. He knew he's more fast than him, so good for Logan Spath and don't get involved in that decision on the race control.
So good show of sportsmanship for the Ohio win, as now he is looking
at Nixon.
As he's looking at his next pit stop. Connor Nixon coming to pit road. Scheduled stop at lap 44.
Good decision on Nixon before to catching all these guys on the front.
Ooh, did he speed coming to pit road? He got real close. He lit him up.
No. It's close. Yeah, all good. Seb Alexander also on pit.
Seb Alexander on pit road. Something happened to Hunter Ingrave. He came to pit road. Hunter Ingrave came to pit road. He came on lap 44, Hunter Ingrave. So he pitted a little bit early to try for the undercut. We'll see if he is able to accomplish that, as this stint now is starting to shake out for a lot of these drivers. When do we see Stanley? When do we see Spath come down pit road?
Coming Hunter Ingrave on turn 14. And should be going on front of, yep, he's going on front of the Connor Nixon. So he's make the good undercut over there.
Yeah, he does.
Nixon is coming back.
Nixon is coming really quickly. He's like, you know what? Damn cold tires. I'm going to come right at you and try to get that position back and make you earn it. But I think the warmer tires are going to are definitely going to win out here. Ingrave on the on the primes, Nixon on the primes, and Ingrave has a couple laps on his prime, so they're already up to temperature. Ingrave just needs to make sure he hit his marks on these next couple of laps, and he should be okay. And then we'll see if Connor's tires come into temperature. Adriano Pinero now up to 5th spot.
Spad and Ryan Schultz and pits now. Yep.
And Spath down and away for his next to last stop. Schold looks like he's down and away, and he's going to have be joined by a late Norgard, who smacks the wall on exit.
Yeah, that's...
I think he's just trying to give a little extra room there and gave a little too much. But Schold is going to come out in front of Alexander.
Oh. It's kind of awkward.
Meanwhile, back up front, Ethan Stanley, who's we expect him to come to pit road about any time, and he has a whole host of drivers in front of him that are a lap down. Hearn, Aldrich, Wood, they're all in front of him. I would imagine he probably wants to come to pit road before hitting that group of cars.
Actually, something makes sense. Adriano Piñera on pit now. Let's see what is Stanley. Yeah, I think so. They should be coming now to don't get block all that guys. I know it's a blue flag for all of the lap down, but sometimes it's you have to do it before to get all that dirty air on in the corner, especially. But still out. He don't want to.
He's going to stay out for another lap.
He want to push.
Yeah, he's entering lap 23 of the stint now, and he went 24 on the first on his first stint. So he might just be doing 24, doing all 24s as he gets around Pinero, and that puts Pinero a lap down.
Just for now, he needs to coming in soon.
I mean, the only thing that will right now really change the outcome of this race coming down between Logan Spath and Ethan Stanley is going to be a full course caution somewhere if that should occur. We've had a couple of those happen this season already on ovals. So we see another one possibly? We need to see a big incident.
Well, we already saw it. Two cars in the turn one. Oh, Piñero slowed down now, but take it faster out. So we already saw it. But this track is basically FIA track, so it's a big stuff. Then they're gonna happen that. Never gonna happen that.
Yep.
Never gonna happen that thing to be Oh, a lot of cars blocking in one? No, it's not like Long Beach with two cars blocking the track, or maybe one blocking the track in something blind corner. Is difficult to see that.
Ethan Stanley on pit road for his next stop, making the long run down. Cale Pocock, we see in the distance. He's making his scheduled stop as well. Now Spath will be making an appearance down at the end of the front straight here as Stanley gets to his stall. We expect him to only be in the box about 10 seconds or less. And he was in the box for 9.7. And
well,
again,
like I said,
Spath gets there, but not close enough. And Stanley on the prime tire, and Logan Spath on the prime tire.
Yes,
now
sir. So, it is. I think so. Both of them have the same tires.
Yeah, they both have the same tire. Except right now, Ethan had a little bit of lap traffic in the form of Glindy. Glindy gets on out of the way, and Glindy will do the same for Logan as well once Logan gets to him. But Stanley now has the lead by 2 seconds.
So Stanley didn't use yet the alternative tires. So it's still with the good performance with the primary tires. So like I said, I already mentioned, it's better to use in the end to get him push with that possibility or maybe alternative to defend the first position.
You still have to make, per the rules, a compound change during road course races. On permanent road courses, that's the alternate red tire. On the street courses like Long Beach, that is the green Waiuli tire. This is a semi-permanent road course right here. It's permanent insofar that the turn 4 on the oval portion and turn 1 on the oval portion are permanent. These roads right here that you see on the infield portion in the middle of the track, they're actually used by traffic when the race when the course is not being used. You'll see track officials and everything use those courses, but this is a permanent road course, so they will use the alternate tires. Considered a permanent road course. This is
interesting.
Go ahead.
It's really interesting this. So I know Pinheiro have a slowdown now, but Pinheiro make almost the same laps than Stanley. Stanley is over there close. Now Stanley going to the pit. Oh no, sorry. I going back. Sorry. My God, the replay and live button. Forget what I said. I thinking about it. Why I have a Pinheiro in front? I thinking about it. Why? And now because it's a replay button over there.
Yeah, you gotta make sure you're on live TV. I've done that. I've done that before too. Watching a battle here between Hunter Ingrave for the bottom step of the podium. Ingrave and Connor Nixon. Brian Blauman goes purple lap. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Brian Blauman goes a 1:11.8.
And Blauman is 18 on the back.
Kind of got.
I said about Stanley is going really, really easily with the position is going now. Is I think we mentioned again, these tracks help you to the lap down, make you let you pass. So at least it's a good approach to win the race. Not like what happened in Long Beach when I told you about this race is gonna be finished when you're past the checkered flag, and then we see that incident with Richie Hearn, Adriano Pinheiro, and Stanley out because one car blocking the track. So here it's easy. It's not, I want to say easy. It's still, you need to go into the end to the track, but at least it's make the job pretty good for Stanley.
Stanley has 2 wins this season, 1 at Sonoma and 1 at Dover. He's been a player on all of the road course races that we've been in this season. Of course, I did mention he got that win at Sonoma. Was leading for a while at Barber and decided that during a full course caution to come to pit road, got marred in the mid-pack and got into a collision with another car. That cost him his race there. And then at Long Beach, he got tied up in a situation at turn 7 we mentioned with Richie Hearn and Pinero getting involved in that one as well, taking out both those guys at that race and handing the lead and the win over to Logan Spath. But if there's probably no argument this season that Ethan Stanley has been the ace on the road courses for this schedule, and he continues to show it again today as the sun has dipped behind the clouds a little bit. Here's your weather situation. Track tip has come down. Ambient temperature at 76 degrees. It's just going to help these drivers on these set of tires get to the get through this stint with a little less degradation.
So it's 6 p.m. in the track. So basically, really cold now in track.
And of course, you do have the 6 o'clock shadows down the front straight at Indianapolis as the sun starts to dip in the west toward Terre Haute. The grandstands provide long shadows and cool the track over in the front straight area. Often playing games a little bit with visibility for the drivers as they drive into that. I tell you what, as Stanley starts to pull away, we might see a battle here quickly develop for second as Ingrave is starting to reel in Logan Spath a little bit.
I think I'm gonna add somebody else. I'm gonna add Connor Dixon because he's really Nixon. I said Dixon? No, Nixon.
He probably
close,
wouldn't mind with the Dixon last name.
But it's pretty close. So Nixon is gonna close on Engrave, but the thing Nixon, they don't want to attack. He wants to Engrave getting close to Spat and make the pass in front. So it's gonna be interesting this battle in between these 3 guys. Also, one thing more. I hope Stanley don't go to the World Wide Technology Raceway. Define the championship against maybe 40 or Pinheiro and lose the championship for 1 point. It's gonna be he'll still about the decisions he make in Barber. So he needs to score good here. He needs to score good in qualifying to get at least something in there and maybe get the victory in Indy 500 to at least have a chance, because the points he loses in Barber is really
I think the points, not only he lost at Barber, but the points lost at Long Beach as well.
I think it's no. I don't count Long Beach because Long Beach is something incident. It could happen even in the real life.
Yeah.
I said because Barber is about the decision he made it. That's why it's like, oh my God, why I came in on pitch?
Well, remember,
with all
remember, and I agree with you there. But remember also, there was a late caution. There was another caution at Long Beach, and he decided to stay out instead of coming in. And yeah. we talked about what if he decided that he was going to come in instead of staying out, and that would have been just the opposite of what he did at Barber. And it's one of those things that whatever he did at Long Beach, so if he was going to learn from his mistake at Barber, he stays out, still gets in a wreck. if he would have come to pit road and just says, I'm going to do the same thing I did at Barber, and if he would have came in, he probably would not have gotten into that incident. But it's one of those things that, you learn from the past, and you're like, well, I'm not going to repeat that. And so you repeat it, or you don't repeat it, and then you still get caught up in something. And that's exactly what happened to Stanley at Long Beach. The only thing that really helps out in the Long Beach situation is Pinheiro didn't get the win, unlike Barber, where Pinheiro got the win.
Oh, it wasn't my incident. It wasn't my decision. So
right.
I know it's like, what if I coming in, Pinheiro hit, and I hit second?
Yeah.
So what if, because Pinheiro I think so didn't pit that day. I'm not sure. I don't remember in my mind now, but it's I think the big mistake is Barber about that point. He lose that 50 points on that. I think it's 40 points in that race, and it's really could be. I hope it's not be like, I lost the championship for 1 point because I did this. So, anyways, at least that is in the front. Is actually my candidate to win. I said and started in the broadcast today, and it's good, pretty good on front. So Nixon is still on the back. I think maybe waited to engrave do something. If I engrave, I leave Nixon by to maybe catch Spat and maybe get the third position for myself, because I think so. My performance is not really the good one, but it's really fast. It's 4/10 over Spat now, engrave.
And, of course, your leader is sponsored by Blue Egg Marketing. Rev up your business with Blue Egg, your marketing pit crew. Turbocharge your lead generation with experienced drivers that can navigate the competitive track to connecting with your customers. With Blue Egg, you're always in the pole position, leading your brand toward victory lane. Don't spin your wheels. Accelerate success with Blue Egg, fueling small businesses to win big. To learn more about Blue Egg, click on their link in the description. Proud sponsors of the Elite Racing League, and your leader right now, Ethan Stanley, who is now approaching lap traffic in the form of Dave Huckleberry and Neji Camargo. One of the cars goes to pit road. Today's 6th annual Indianapolis Grand Prix is proudly sponsored by the F5 Challenge. It's the nonprofit organization that enriches lives through face-to-face fellowship and exciting adventure challenges in a faith-driven environment. Their mission is built on the 5 F's: faith, fellowship, fitness, fortitude, and fun. F5 Challenge inspires people to lead connected and purpose-filled lives. To learn more or to get involved by visiting their website or follow them on social media. All the links you need are in the description. They are proud sponsors of today's F5 Challenge Indianapolis Grand Prix.
So mention fast, Adrian Pinheiro is 8/10 of Adrian Wood, so it's getting there. And then they have a 10 seconds to catch
Frankfeld,
in 8.
Yeah,
so,
this is actually pretty critical points-wise. It might not seem an awful lot in the points championship, but if Pinheiro's able to get around Wood and get into the top 10, he's in the top 10 now, but if he gets inside the top 10, and then we still have another round of pit stops and still a portion of this race to go, anything can happen with, Ingrave, Nixon, Schold, Alexander, Foti, Frankenfeld all fighting one another for position. Something happens there. Pinheiro can maybe pick up some bonus points. I think every position he picks up from this point forward, really consider it a bonus, all things considered, for our points leader coming into today's race. He was the points leader by 22 points.
Yeah, actually, everything could be picked.
He almost had a moment off of 14, just like some other drivers have.
So it's really wake up for Adriano Pinheiro over there. But, it's doing good to try to save all of this disaster racing happened today.
We're at that point in the race where there's not a lot of close battles going on. This is the closest one. Connor Nixon, Hunter Ingrave. And I'm not sure if Ingrave is really racing, if Connor Nixon is really racing Hunter Ingrave that hard. Although I say that, and then turns 13 and 14, he's right up on the attenuator. And he might make a move. He might make a move here, but he could also be trying to save fuel. But let's see if he makes a move. He's
no, he don't want it.
No, he doesn't want it. He's going to stay right there, not even work the push to pass button. Brakes a little early. Might be trying to save some fuel. Now, we know Ingrave did the undercut, so Ingrave's going to have to come to pit road a little bit earlier than Connor Nixon. Connor Nixon came in on lap 45, Ingrave on 44. So there is 1 lap difference between those two.
My question is, I know you want to save it fuel, but you don't want to save it time to get the second place because it's very close. So why not make the pass on Ingrave, catch a spot, and stay behind a spot? What if? Why not? That's no if. Why not? That's a good decision because at least you have a spot in the second place. That's your best for now because Stanley's 4 seconds on front. But you don't want to lose the time because Ingrave is going a little slow and you go really, really fast. But I think if Nixon, I pass Ingrave, I catch the spot and just stay over there. I know it's saving fuel. Actually, it's really, obviously, it's doing that.
Watching out the Robbie Gordon cam of Connor Nixon. He's running down. Actually, I agree with you. I don't think he's running down Hunter at this point. I think he's just stalking Hunter and staying right there, getting some fuel conservation. Yeah, look at him back out of it going into the braking zone of 7 there. And
I don't know if the Ingrave is really done on the tires because that's the only performance can do it, but it's 100% Nixon. It's really fast.
Yeah, Ingrave could also be backing off a little bit too. They might have established the fact that non-verbally, like, well, you help me, I'll help you.
Yeah, oof, that's close to the wall. So I think you don't want to.
He's going now to the inside and the 1. This is for the bottom step of the podium. Connor Nixon gets the spot.
So now he needs to go into Logan's spot. He's gonna catch him maybe in a couple laps and stay behind on spot. That's best if you wanna go in for the second place because you know spot is not really fast. And I think for everyone, could be everyone going to the end with 23 to go.
Let me know if I'm wrong. I think isn't Connor from Down Under? Is he? I know his team has a lot of drivers from Australia and New Zealand. I think he's from Down Under, so he is. Not sure what time it is in the world where he is.
Oh, but, it's Australian. Yeah. I can tell you in So it's 1 p.m. in New Zealand.
1 p.m. Friday.
11 a.m. in
1 p.m. Friday in New Zealand right now.
And 11 in Australia. I am.
So it's anywhere between 11 and 1 p.m. where he is. Not sure exactly where on the Grand Island, the Grand Continent there of Australia where he is. But if it's on the West Coast, of course, it's going to be a different time. But 1 p.m. on the East Coast. But there he is, and so it is Friday. The weekend is just about ready to start for this man. About 4 or 5 hours from now.
The only hard part to living in that place, you have you need to at least maybe 4 days to adapt your body with the jet lag. Is really, really hard. It's not easy to.
You've been to New Zealand. Have you been to Australia?
No, but maybe for 1 day over there.
Okay.
And it's really the humidity over there is super high. And I've been there in April. It's like when they going to the winter time.
Yeah. Opposite seasons really, down there, yeah.
Oh my God. It's like a same season they have in South America, so they have the same thing.
Oh, Seb Alexander and Ryan Schold. Alexander gets by Schold. He cooks it going into 1. Schold now back to 6. And Seb Alexander on his return drive back to the series into the top 5.
Let's see the pass. Pretty good pass for out. Oh, nice. They left Ryan Schultz to make the hard break, and he make the pass of Ryan Schultz and Zach Alexander. Pretty good pass. Really, really good pass.
Connor Nixon has pulled away. Actually, Connor Nixon has pulled away from Hunter Ingrave. So we're showing gaps right now. So Nixon has pulled out to a 3-second lead over Ingrave. And now he's only 2 seconds behind Logan Spath, who is now 4 seconds behind our overall leader, Stanley, in the Blue Egg-sponsored Dallara. There he is. Yeah, I did a week in China, and I remember it was right around this time of the year. It was early March, actually, when I was in China, because I remember my first day in China was the same day as the big Japanese earthquake.
Oh.
And I remember the weather being pretty decent there, but I remember I was in Shenzhen in Guangzhou. That's where I was in China. So it was reasonably temperate environment there in terms of weather, but I could see how the humidity might be high down in Australia. But it's always good to see drivers from all around the world joining the series. We'll see a lot more drivers from around the world joining the series when we start qualifying for the Indianapolis 500, the 14th running of the Rebilas Photography Indianapolis 500, by the way. That will be next week right here on ERN when we bring that action to you, 7:45 p.m. Eastern Time. Don't miss it. That's the next time we are on the air. But Connor, one of the other things he has to worry about are slow ping times. So always the overhanging specter of getting the net code attacking him. Ingrave having problems now as he comes to pit road.
Oh, it's a pitch.
Actually, scheduled stop. Yeah. Excuse me. And Seb Alexander coming to pit road as well. So this is final stop for these two. As we are 19 to go.
Oh, that's a big problem of Nixon to have Andrew Good with new tires. With
he needs to let him go. He just needs to let him go. Yeah. He just needs to let him go.
You have to.
Yeah.
It's not good for him. Yeah, good pass, a good decision for him. But now, okay. You need to make the. No, I hear something on the radio. I read something on the radio. I don't know if it's a complaint.
Final stop.
I'm not sure if it's a complaint on Nixon or no on Andrew Good, but sounds like that. I'm not sure.
Logan Spath, pit road. Connor Nixon, pit road. Oh, you know what? He probably didn't like that. That was his in lap, and he wanted it to be a good one. And that's going to probably cost him a little bit of time to Logan Spath. And, well, since there's no cut at all going on here, as both are hitting pit roads at the same time, he's got to run Logan down on this final stint. And I bet you they're both going to alternate tires. Ooh. Big spin coming off of 14. I think that might have been, was that Rebilas? No, that might have been Clouat. I think might have had a big moment coming off the corner there.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Did the IndyCar came to Indianapolis in the old configuration, the Formula One configuration?
No.
Here? Yeah.
No. They always had that reconfigured portion of the racetrack. I don't know why they chose to reconfigure it for IndyCar and not let them run the Formula One course. But maybe they just wanted to have a separate course for IndyCar and a separate course for Formula One, and then you don't have the people that I saw on Twitter today making fun of Kyle Larson wrecking. Because there's an ongoing debate in the racing world whether Kyle Larson is just as good as Max Verstappen, and the F1 people were letting Kyle have it for wrecking at the open test. And I just responded very cleanly. I just said, I would love to see any member and every member of the F1 paddock suit up, pass rookie orientation, and run the oval. But they won't do it because there's several drivers in that paddock that are scared pointless. And I'm cleaning my language up. They are scared S-less, let's say that, okay, of running the ovals. Like Daniel Ricciardo is 100% one of them. He's actually on record during a Drive to Survive episode where he tells someone, no, Indianapolis is too scary. I'm not doing that. How do you know that you're too scared for it if you've never done rookie orientation? IndyCar doesn't just put anybody on the oval and say, go run and go wreck yourself and go kill yourself. They put you through a program called rookie orientation for a reason. And so how do they know that they're going to be scared if they haven't even gone through rookie orientation? And then I had someone in my in that thread say, why would Max want to subject himself by coming down to Indianapolis and driving for a lower series? And I'm not going to get into an argument on X, but I'm sorry. F1 is perceived as the elite drivers of the world. They are not the elite drivers of the world. You cannot tell me on a F1 grid, and here comes Stanley. He's going to stay out for another lap. You can't tell me that the F1 grid is the 20 best drivers in the world. No way. No way. And I say that because Lance Stroll's on the grid. We know he's not an elite driver. But I'd like to see Lance Stroll come over here and try IndyCar. I bet he'd do all right. And I bet all these other F1 drivers would do all right in IndyCar. But you can't expect an F1 driver to jump in an IndyCar and do well, because we've seen it. Even the best in Formula One has come to Indianapolis and attempted the 500, and they've been bumped. Kyle Kaiser bumped Fernando Alonso, a two-time world champion. We saw a two-time world champion in Emerson Fittipaldi not qualify for the race. We saw a world champion in Nelson Piquet destroy his feet by smashing into the wall when he wrecked under practice. Just because you do well in Formula One doesn't mean you're going to do well here in Indianapolis. And I welcome anybody in the F1 paddock to suit up, take rookie orientation, and get in the lineup and try it.
I think I really, really agree with you. When they talk about this is the best 20, because I always follow Formula One. The signs when I burn, I know Formula One is the best thing. Until Liceo Salazar came to IndyCar and they start to show Chilean, this is the other Formula One we have. It's not Formula One, he said. It's the other Formula One in North America. That's when he presents this thing to the Chileans. So we start to follow the Indy Racing League and things. But when they said this is the best 20, because before, that when they present that, the FIA or the Europe thing, they present this as the best one.
Yeah.
It's because they have a different thing. They have this car. You're coming only for talent. Before you coming for talent, you're not coming for money. So you're coming for talent, and they put you on this car. And they don't have money before. They have a different paddock before. The IndyCar they have now is like the old paddock they have before. So all the people is coming close to everyone, and now it's everything glamour. If you said that alone, Landstrom, it's pretty true. It's really, really true. The guy have a money, that's why he's in the IndyCar. Sorry, in Formula One. It's simple like that. It's like the Russia guy. I don't remember the guy. The Russia was in Haas with Nick Schumacher at that time. He don't have a talent. He have a money, and he came inside because he have this big company from Russia put this guy in the car. So I know you're talking about that. Now they try to put it with talent from Formula 2, Formula 3, but it's always like that. Pastor Maldonado is from Venezuela. This because Venezuela have this big diesel or whatever stuff from Venezuela. The president have money, so he put this guy on Formula 1.
Mazepin.
And then they figured out, Mazepin. Yeah, that's the other one. So that's the Russia guy. So they put this guy in Lotus. It was Solly Williams. He started Williams. He won one race, and he was the big hero. And then what happened after that? He's going on the bottom. He's crashing the car every time. Williams lost a lot of money. They jump into him to Lotus, and the same thing. He lose a lot of money for the company. So that's the thing. I know I agree with you. I think that's the sensation they have outside. That's the feeling you have outside. That's what you see the videos with all of these incidents around. I know it's the performance. I know the security of the car is different. It happened 10, 20 years ago, but it's still that feeling about that. And actually, I don't surprise me if Max Verstappen is coming soon to IndyCar just for the Indy 500. But the schedule they have is different. So I don't know. I really agree with you. I really thinking about they have a different sensation in Formula 1. They don't run it at 230 something per hour. They run it just over 200 and 210. And the fact that it could be in Monza when you're going to main straight 225 miles per hour in main straight. So that's it.
Sorry, we see Ethan Stanley getting around Kidda. Kidda has to take evasive maneuvers. Got offline. Stanley goes around. Stanley made his final stop. He is down and away in a leader by 5 seconds over Spath. And the only reason that there's a perception, and I say perception, and for a lot of people, perception is reality. So there is a perception that Formula One is the superior series. What Formula One does really well is they market themselves very well. They put on a great show. They freaking have their own soundtrack, right? Every track they come to is a big production. It's a big production, big show. They don't even make pit stops, but they have 80 guys over the wall and can change tires in 3 seconds. Big deal. They don't even add fuel anymore. I mean, come on, guys. Add fuel. Put one guy over the wall. Ooh, there's more in front of the leader here. That's Norgard having a moment coming into the infield portion of turn one. Now Stanley's just running into traffic at the wrong time here. Hopefully it doesn't go badly for him. But there's no way that Formula One is the best form of racing in the world. It might have the most fans in the world. It might be the number one sport in the world. But maybe next to soccer. I don't know. It's really close there. But it's not the best form of racing. And it's not – this IndyCar I don't feel is a lower formula coming down to IndyCar and coming down to the Indy 500. When you go to the Indy 500, you're going up to the Indy 500. That is 100% sure.
Actually, if you see everyone actually Stanley's going for fastest lap now. So
yep, he is.
Maybe gonna make the fastest lap now. So
well, actually, he has the purple. He has the purple lap. He set it last time with a 1:11.1.
But it's coming for new one.
Yeah.
So if he passes this sector, could be making a new fastest lap now. So every driver have a different let's see if it's passed for.
He's on the button. He's pushing
line.
it. He wants to make an exclamation point to this race. Let's see him at the line.
Yes, it is. Wow.
There it is, a 1:10.9. That is faster than qualifications.
So to finish this, so every country or maybe every continent have a different thing. So, for example, the WEC or the IMSA, this is the main thing. So this is your top if you want to racing with the hypercars or you want to race it with the GT or whatever. They have the rally with the World Rally already crossed. So, or they have at the Dakar.
Yep.
Yeah, or they have at the Dakar also too. That's the main thing. So it's not like a Formula One is the top one. No, every category have a top one. NASCAR have a top one. IndyCar have a top one. If you want to come in USA, you can choose for both of these too. If you go to Europe, you have many things to choose. So I know that more about the Formula One is the top one. It's last before, really before it, maybe 90s or 80s when they have it before.
Oh, he caught traffic at the wrong point. Keep going with your thought. Keep going, because I gotta get the sponsors in here once you're done.
Oh yeah, sure. So that's my definition about Formula One. I remember Fernando Alonso choose the neck he had before they need to train neck because they have this V12, but now they have this V8. It's not making sound. They're not making nothing. Actually, people from Europe said the IndyCar sound much better than the Formula One sound.
And remember,
now, so
Fernando Alonso skipped going to Monaco, so he could come to Indianapolis. And oh, by the way, Formula One still ruining things. I believe this is the last year that we get the greatest day in racing, where you start and wake up with the Monaco Grand Prix, then you watch the Indianapolis 500, and then you watch the Coca-Cola 600. Monaco will be moved on the F1 challenge or on the F1 calendar for 2026, so we will no longer have the greatest day in racing anymore. Thank you, Formula One. And it's all a marketing thing. And you know what you need to do to change your marketing approach? Well, you need to check Newegg, because you can rev up your business with Blue Egg, your marketing pit crew. Turbocharge your lead generation with experienced drivers that can navigate the competitive track to connecting with your customers. With Blue Egg, you're always on the pole position, leading your brand toward victory lane. Don't spin your wheels. Accelerate success with Blue Egg, fueling small businesses to win big. To learn more about Blue Egg and to market your business more effectively than how IndyCar does, click on their link in the description. A lot of dirt on the backstretch. Holy mackerel, look at all the debris flying around our leader. Also want to thank the Warriors for Peace for sponsoring the IndyCar Series once again this season. Founded in memory of Jack Shockley, they support youth through scholarships, mentoring, and community programs. To learn more or to support their mission, visit their webpage at warriors4peace.org for one of their socials today, where you can follow all their socials there on their webpage. All the links are in the description as well. We want to thank Warriors for Peace for their continued support of this signature series. Let's get the last round of ads in, and we will bring you to the finish here at Indianapolis. We'll be right back. We're going to go side by side with iRacing and World Wide Technology Raceway.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
They walk among us, but at 240 miles per hour, they become something more. They're thrill seekers, risk takers, and maybe just a little bit unhinged. Buckle up. This new era of speed, this racing revolution, it's just getting started.
And we're back for the final stages here at Indianapolis for the Indy Grand Prix, the month of May, starting for the Elite Racing Leagues. Warriors for Peace IndyCar Series. Ethan Stanley leader with 6 laps to go by 12 seconds over Logan Spath, our winner at Long Beach. Connor Nixon third, Hunter Ingram fourth, Tyler Fode fifth. Seb Alexander 6th, Schold 7th, Frankenfeld in 8th, and Pinheiro in 9th. And this is a close battle in the closing stages. We've just tuned to it. Frankenfeld trying to hold off Adriano Pinheiro, trying to get another what we consider a bonus position for Adriano, who got black flag. If you're just joining us, thanks for joining us, by the way. You are watching the Elite Racing Leagues and ERN's coverage of round 9 of 12 of the Warriors for Peace IndyCar Series, the 6th annual F5 Challenge from Indianapolis, where the leader, our pole sitter, Pinheiro, jumped the start, got a black flag, had to go all the way to the back of the field, had to answer a black flag call to come to pit road, and has stormed up through into the top 10 now, and is now threatening for P8 here in the final stages with 5 laps to go.
Yeah, it was really heartbreaking for him because he was one of the kind of secure, because Indy 500, all the oval is like no, especially Indy 500. You know what? We're gonna see big names around, and this is making like difficult for the people want to score good in the championship. We're gonna see Maleska. We're gonna see Jacob Obster, I think so.
Yes.
We're going to see Liederberg and a couple others. Caleb Benzi also.
Caleb Benzi, yeah.
Yeah, so it's a people is going to be into your possibility to win standing to the end of the season. And that's it's difficult. That's why you have to score good. And that's it. Maybe good for Stanley, because the mistake he did in Barber, that's the mistake he did, Adriano, today in Indianapolis.
We got another battle brewing here. Foti, Seb Alexander, Ryan Schold, all together on a train right now as they are into the final set of corners before coming off of 14 to the main straight. And Tyler Schold into the wall as he was fishtailing and sliding all through that complex of corners. These guys are fighting down to the bitter end here at Indianapolis. This is a battle for a top 5 position. 4 to go. Pinheiro, he's reached Frankenfeld. We're going to see a battle here on the front stretch for these two. Actually, they're in the turn 1 already. They're going to go down the backstretch, sorry. Get my geography wrong. Oh, big twitch by Pinheiro. Here's your push to pass situation. 19 seconds for Stanley, 36 for Spath, 167 apiece for Ingrave and Nixon, 157 for Foti, 14 seconds for Alexander. Schold at 26, 2 seconds for Frankenfeld. He's a sitting duck right now. Pinheiro has 53.
I think it's a shot is like, okay, I think so. I don't hear. He can use it, but it's just 2 seconds, maybe, and before the break.
A little bit of a blip. That's basically what it is. Here we go on the straightaway. Pinheiro goes wide.
Yeah.
Pinheiro on the button.
He uses it. He can use all.
And he makes no doubt about it. He gets there all the way to the attenuator before he pulls out, gets the position, and move our points leader. Well, he might not be our points leader at the end of the day, but move our points leader coming into this race up to 8th position. Ethan Stanley coming through 12, 13, and 14. And the spot where he made a big mistake earlier but has recovered, got back to the lead. He just needs to navigate that part of real estate a couple more times, as he is now 2 to go, and he's going to have the maximum amount of momentum going into our next race, the Indianapolis 500. But before then, as Bob Varsha used to say, before you can race, first you must qualify. And that's where we do next week here at Indianapolis, as we will bring you the Fast 12 and the last row shootout for the Indy 500 next week, sponsored by Rebilas Photography, the 14th running of it. Who will make the field? Who will get bumped? Who will be in the Fast 12? And also, the Fast 12, there are points on the line for the Fast 12. The first 12, those first 12 drivers that make, or the drivers that make the Fast 12 get at least one bonus point. At least one bonus point.
Yes, it is. So Nixon is really close of on Spat, and they have an 166 and 156 in push to pass versus Logan Spat with 19. So it was close the last one lap ago to make the pass.
White flag in the air right now as Ethan Stanley navigating the course, looking to get yet another win added to his resume here in the Elite Racing League's Warriors for Peace IndyCar Series. He has 6 wins. 7 wins will actually move him, I believe, into the top 5 all time in the series. We'll look at that here a little bit later as he navigates the Holman Straight one more time. Now looking at turn 2 on the oval for the final time before heading the opposite direction to start practice and qualifying. Coming off the final set of quarters. Ethan Stanley, big win, needed points going into the final big points paying race of the season. Your winner, Ethan Stanley. Logan Spathy is going to come home second with Connor Nixon dogging him all the way. Look, that's Connor Nixon's best finish in the series. Hunter Ingrave, another good finish for him, another top 5 this season. Tyler Fode, he's going to bring a train of himself, Seb Alexander, and Ryan Schold across the line. And man, look at Pinero. He was another couple more laps, and he might have actually caught Schold. Pinero comes home 8th, Frankenfeld 9th. Andrew Wood, final set of quarters. He will be the last car on the lead lap to take the checkered flag. Andrew Wood with a top 10 performance here at Indianapolis before heading into the 500. Wood, little bit of a I didn't wiggle at the finish line. He comes home 10th.
All perfect for Logan Stanley, actually. Pretty good race.
And real quick, before we get...
Wow.
Yeah, that was... we're gonna check the points here. And we want to get some replays queued up.
No, the point is not updated yet, but I'll let you know soon.
As Seb Alexander's doing laps on the oval. But here we'll get you on our leader here and our winner. And here we go. I do not want the starting lineup. Not want that. I want the results. There we go. Ethan Stanley. You know, you just graze a button and all of a sudden it comes up. My apologies. Anyways, Ethan Stanley with the win, 3rd win this season. 2nd on the road course this season. He's your winner. Logan Spass 2nd podium of the year for him after 1 win at Long Beach. Connor Nixon 3rd. Hunter Ingram 4th, Tyler Fode 5th, Seb Alexander 6th, Ryan Schold in 7th. Pinero, a good comeback drive. He is in 8th, Frankenfeld 9th, and Andrew Wood is in 10th. Those are everybody on the lead lap. Only the top 10 on the lead lap here at the end. Craig Forsyth, a very quiet race for Craig. He finishes right pretty much where he started. He hovered right around that 11th and 12th spot all day today. He comes home 11th, Kidda in 12th, Kluat in 13th, Brian Blauman 14th, Clindy 15th, Pocock 16th, Norgard 17th, Aldrich at 18th, Richie Hearn down to 19th, Camargo at 20th. Dave in 21st, Mark in 22nd, Dan Marrera 23rd, Keel 24th, James Watson 25th, Jimmy Herrick 26th, Gavin Hibbs 27th, Albrecht and Pizarro 28th, 29th. I don't think Pizarro took the green flag. I thought he was starting from pit road, but he did not start the race. So the guy that finished on the podium last week basically is going to maybe get credit for 29th. I'm not quite sure how the points work out for not doing any laps. But he is going to come home in 29th, at least here in timing and scoring. Lewis, your LGN driver of the race is?
I'm going to give it to Adriano Piñeiro, for sure. I know you're going to say, oh, it's going to be for Blake, because he won 13th spot, but basically Piñeiro started from the last to finish safe today because the penalty, and that's when he made the save for the disaster stuff he did today. So I'm gonna give you to him because what he did, and also I'm gonna mention to Blake about the 13th spot today from 26 to 13.
And we're going to check the points page real quick before we check the interview room. Not yet. So we will get the results.
If I say my God, I start to set words and think, it's because, thank God, I have my micro mute, but the Maple Leaf scored in overtime, and they won the champ. They won the not the champion yet, but they won the match. So the 3-0 over Ottawa. My God.
All right. We're multitasking here at the Elite Racing Network.
and the only man can make multitask that. You are multitask too, or no?
I'm not watching it right now. I am multitasking because I gotta do timing and scoring and the overlay, and I don't have time to watch anything else. But we do got time to bring Connor Nixon up in here. So there is Connor Nixon, finishing third, best finish of the season. Connor, congratulations. Improved 4 spots. I tell you, really from that P3 spot on back to about 11th, you guys were really, really racing hard in those first 2 stints. You had to be pushing almost every single lap very early in this race.
Yeah, it seemed like that. Hi, guys. It's good to be up here finally. Yeah, look, we were pushing pretty hard. From the start, it was kind of like chill out, see what everyone's vibe's like, and then kind of go from there. And then like the middle stint was push, and then at the end I was like, maybe I can short stop the last set of tires, just so we've got a bit of grip under us and it's not killing the Reds. And yeah, we ended up only putting 56 in the tank at the end. We could have put 54, but I wanted a bit of push to pass, which I didn't use all race, which do I regret? Not really, but yeah, it was a bloody good race, man.
Yeah, you finished with 119 seconds of push to pass left, so not the most out of everybody. Fody finished. Actually, there's more. I think Richie Hearn, but he was 2 laps down, finished with a full 200. He may or may not forgot to map the button. I don't see him forgetting. He just may not needed to use it all race. But congratulations. It's your best finish of the season, and I bet it feels good. It seems like one way or another, somehow during this season, when you've made the lineups, you've been kind of snake bitten a little bit by getting caught up in somebody else's troubles or what here and there. So it's got to feel pretty good to get a podium because we've known you being pretty fast coming into the series, and this is kind of a testament to really your skill set. You got a chance to really show everybody today on the road course here at Indianapolis.
Yeah, it was we've been caught up in just dumb stuff, like in any series really. But to be fair, it teaches you stuff, bit by bit, and then I've had some great help from Cam Dance just to coach me and, be my Mark Webber. And I feel like Oscar Piastri, he just coaches me along. And yeah, he's taught me some amazing things, and I love this track to death. Like, I absolutely gel with it so much. But yeah, we kind of came into this round with no practice, so it was kind of funny. I just turned up with 20 minutes of prac going, here we go. So let's see what happens, really. And it was pretty good. Like, I did my first lap and it was like 11th, and I'm like, oh, that's pretty good. And I knew from the Long Beach round that I had some really good pace. I just couldn't do anything with it, just being a lap down and everything else. So yeah, it was finally good to go here. This is my pace, and finally put it on the table. Bit of shame that I didn't get second there, but I mean, look, I made a mistake. That's my own mistake, and I'm sure I'll learn about it for next time so I don't wobble. But no, it was good to finally show my pace.
Well, it's good to finally have you on the podium. We were telling people on the broadcast that you're from down under. What time is it in your neck of the woods right now?
So I'm in WA, which is the West Coast. It is 10 a.m. at the moment. So the race starts, I get up at, 7 in the morning, and then do this, go and study for the next 8 hours, maybe go to the gym after this. And then,
start the weekend.
do it all over.
Start the weekend.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much, man.
Yeah, I'm in the Eastern time zone, so you're 12 hours ahead of me. So I am so jealous you get to start the weekend almost immediately. Well, congratulations. Before we let you go, any shout-outs, friends, family, sponsors you want to say hi to before we let you go?
Yeah, just like to thank all the Orbit Drop Van Motorsports boys. It's been an absolute thrill to drive for those boys. We're just an up-and-coming team. I mean, we've been around for 10 years, but a lot of things have fell in place recently. We all came in with Orbit as well, joining the team. So, yeah, it's Orbit Drop Bear Motorsports now. And, yeah, they've been massive help. Cam Dance kind of said, do you want to drive the IndyCar? And I went, bugger it, we'll give it a go, because I drove the V8 Supercar for three and a half years, was in the top 40 in Australia. So I thought, let's give it a go. And I've done some NASCAR with Nitro Racing in the background as well. So, yeah, it was kind of just one of these things where I kind of picked up the car. But, appreciate all those boys and Revolution Race Gear and all the rest of the sponsors, and iLivery's beautiful paint. I think this is the third round. Been rocking this paint. It's quite bright, but I love it.
Oh, yeah, it's definitely catchy. Well, congratulations. Good to finally have you here. Welcome you to the IndyCars. We love having you here. You made a wise choice. We hope to see you more, and this is a good time to get the momentum. We got Indianapolis qualifying next, then the 500. So maybe this is a sign of things to come for Connor Nixon and you and your team. So best of luck here at qualifying here for Indianapolis. The fastest 33 is not the easiest thing in the world, and you got a big challenge on your hands.
Yeah, well, Cam was already sending me the setups, go and do some laps before Indy. So, we'll have to get onto that probably this weekend and put some laps in and, see how we go. I need to figure out when the qualifying's actually on. Is it next week?
Next week.
That it's on?
Next week. Yep.
Yeah, cool. But, we'll be definitely there in the colours, and I think Cam Dance is turning up as well. So, it should be a good round for us.
The more the merrier. Well, it's good to have more of you guys from down under taking on this car. Good to have you here. Congratulations on the P3, and we'll catch you at the next one. Get your rest, and have a great weekend.
Thanks, mate. Have a good one.
And again, I am very, very jealous. Again, starting his weekend here in a matter of hours.
Don't be jealous. Don't be jealous. What are your Sunday? They start on Monday, and that's the worst thing. Oh my god. Anyways, points hoop day actually.
Points update. I was reading some admin messages that came in throughout the race, right before the race, when I don't have a chance to really turn my head and check these things out. Yep. Okay. And this one. Okay. And this one. Then we'll check. What's going on here? Someone sent me a friend request. Oh, okay. Connor sent me a friend request. You got it, Connor. We'll add you for sure. Let's get in here and check points, and then we will bring up Logan Spath real quick. But the points now as of this race. And we want to go to the standings tab. Wow. It did shrink
Yeah,
up,
change.
but it didn't
Yep.
shrink up the way that I thought it would. Pinero is still your leader. He came in by 22 points. He is now your leader by 17 points. And then there's 1 point separating Foti and Stanley, who are now in second and third. They've been in second and third. They are 293 and 292 in terms of total points respective. So it's Pinero 310, Foti 293, Stanley 292. Craig Forsyth with a very quiet P11 today, still in the top 5 in points. He is fourth with 198. And then just a few points behind him is a Leighton Norgard, who did not have a great race. Norgard finished 17th to Forsyth's 11. So Norgard drops out of the top 4 where he's been most of the season. Forsyth into the top 4. They are only 3 points separating each other, 198 to 195. Ryan Schold at 193. So there's 5 points separating 4th, 5th, and 6th. Clindy in 7th. Frankenfeld at 8th. Brian Blauman in 9th. And Andrew Wood in 10th. That makes Wood now... I think that makes Wood second in the rookie standings, if I'm correct on that. Clindy is the leader in the rookie standings at 189, Wood at 158. So still a lot of racing to go, a lot to be decided here. Let's bring up Logan Spath into the booth. Here is Logan Spath. Another race, another podium. Congratulations, Logan. I know you were leading Ethan at some at points during the race. And you inherited the lead once. Actually, you inherited the lead kind of twice. Ethan spun out one time in front of you, and then one time Adriano had to come to pit road because he had the black flag. But in both situations, Ethan kind of ran you down. Did you have anything for Ethan on the road course, or was he just that much better, or it just really wasn't in your strategy to be running the pace that he was running today? Kind of what was it there at the front for you?
No, I definitely just didn't have the pace for him. It never really. I knew I was in the lead, and it felt pretty good. And I was like, I'm running decent laps. I think outside of the last stint, I was pretty comparable to him. He was definitely quicker, but he wasn't like completely blowing me out of the water. But yeah, definitely his ability to fuel save while keeping up the speed. Like when he ran me down for that 6 second on that second one and then continued to run 3 laps after. It was like 2-3 laps after, and I was just kind of like, okay, that's kind of where I put my hands up. I was like, yep, that's it. But no, it was good to lead some laps again, and definitely felt a bit more like closer to outright pace, and kind of showed that while at the end I can't keep up for a full race, I feel like I at least showed I have the pace to at least do it for a bit.
I know that these races here in the Elite Racing League are a little bit longer than kind of what you're used to in the FIS. These are about, in this case, if the FIS ran here, it'd be about a 125-mile race, and we're doing 200, so actually 207. So, I mean, you're racing a considerable distance longer. Is that something that you have to get the stamina up for, since you've been kind of basing a lot of your racing lately off 125-mile races, getting more into the full race distance mindset?
Yeah, I think it's people underestimate the, I guess, physical element of sim racing.
Yes.
I think like I feel my back. I don't know if that's from bad posture while I'm sitting here or from moving the steering wheel everywhere. But you feel your calves, your ankles, and you feel your wrists and forearms. But honestly, more than anything, with the difference in because in FIS, the physical part's kind of taken over because you're pushing so much harder for it. Here, you kind of got to bring it back a little bit, take your time throughout the race, which is hard when everyone's on top of each other, which is awesome in these long races. The mental side is so difficult. Like you can't, especially here, you miss one braking board going into the braking zone, and there's not a chance you're making it, and it's just over. And especially like going 85 laps without making a large mistake is so difficult.
Yeah.
And just staying focused is so hard.
Well, next up is qualifying in the Indy 500, and you'll get a teammate for that one. In fact, a defending champ. a teammate. Is that going to help going into now? We've officially entered the month of May. Is that going to help you as we are now into our the Elite Racing League's month of May?
Yeah, definitely. I think, especially defending champ, so he showed it. Caleb just has such a great feel for ovals in general. So it was sad to not have him last week at Atlanta, where I'm struggling. Don't really know where to go with the setup, and definitely having a teammate that has experience on ovals helps a lot.
Sorry, yeah, I think everyone was struggling a little bit last week, especially the last lap.
I meant to check up on what happened the last lap. I was kind of far back in my own torment, fighting for my life in 13th. But no, like, especially qualifying, I know qualifying is not my strong suit at Indy. I think I'm a bit better racing wise. Once we get to, hopefully I get to the actual race, which is the awesome part is, it's not guaranteed. So definitely having a teammate with experience there to help me get into the race is for sure great to have.
LGN, in one word, describe the last couple laps of Atlanta last week.
Last week?
One word. Last week at Atlanta, describe
disaster.
It.
Wow!
I thought you would say chaos, but disaster was kind of
disaster. Oh no! I say oh no!
Well, that's what you said all the time. Oh no! That was the two words. Anyways, Logan, any shout outs, friends, family, sponsors you want to say hi to? But before we let you go, I know that you got a lot of practicing ahead of you, so we'll just let you on your way. But shout outs, I know you got them.
Yeah, I want to thank my grandparents for always watching. I know they're watching the race tonight, especially when we get to these longer races. It's hard for me to stay focused in the driver's seat, so I'm sure it's hard for them to stay focused throughout. Thank my fiance for the time she lets me put into all this racing, and definitely really show I'm improving and getting more competitive with Ethan and Adriano, since they're just on another level in here. Thank Caleb, my teammate, not teammate in this, but teammate in everything else, for his help. He helped me with some of the setup this week that definitely gave me a bit of a helping hand in keeping second there from Connor, with some of the braking issues on the setup. So thank him for all the help he's given me. And yeah, thank you guys for the broadcast. They're always great to watch, and I look forward to checking it out tomorrow.
All right, well, congratulations on the podium, second of the season after your win at Long Beach. And we will see you in qualifying, hopefully in the Fast 12 a week from now at Indianapolis.
All right. Thank you, guys. Hopefully talk to you soon.
And he'll actually be joined by there'll be 3 Stowe cars next week. There'll be Caleb, I believe, and Joey Summits will be joining them as well in the Stowe Motorsports entry. So I always say strength in numbers when it comes to teammates in IndyCar racing. I know going back to we were talking about Formula One, your teammate is your worst enemy, Lewis. But in IndyCar, your teammate is kind of like almost your best friend in IndyCar racing.
I never see in IndyCar yet. Could be happen. Your rival, and Formula One is you have a lot. It's not. I don't want to count many, but it's a lot. It's not like in your hands. It's a lot. So IndyCar, at least they work together for something, and that's we saw Indy 500 last year when the Pato War tried to going for the lead and behind
Rossi.
Oh God, I forget the name. Yeah, it wasn't.
Yeah.
1-2. Hero 1-2.
Yep. Let's bring up Ethan Stanley. Here he is. Ethan Stanley, third win of the season. And again, really the ace of the road courses. And you got one road course win this season. Now you got another, and you've been a player in the other two. But for one thing or another, just kind of prevented you from getting to any of the steps of those 2 races. But really, you kind of had the field covered all season long on these road courses. At one point, you got to be pretty happy. You won 2 of the 4. But you got to be a little upset that there's no more road courses left on the season, because really at all points in this race, you were really the fastest car and kind of had everyone covered. Even when you made that mistake off of 14, you drove back up there and passed Caleb again. It was really your day, and everyone else was kind of competing for second spot again. Talk about your race, and kind of talk about that moment off of 14. You had to think about for a second, oh no, not again.
Yeah, so it's been a pretty horrific past 3 races before this. 3 DNFs in a row, pretty bad. Really set me back in points. So I came in tonight pretty looking pretty excited. I like this track a lot. Pretty good here. Something about it just gels with me. And didn't quite have like the single lap pace like Adriano did, but fortunately he had the violation on the start, and that just kind of put him out of contention. And so really just had to compete with Logan. He got ahead of me on the start, but was able to just kind of outsave him and outrun him on the strategy. And then, yeah, that spin off of 14, I thought the race was over there. My game had like a hitch, and then I was sideways, just kept the gas in it, and managed to not hit the wall. And yeah, I was able to recover. Just glad I wasn't on the reds there, because I think my stint would have been over at that point.
Yeah, you got to turn off Windows updates when you race.
Oh, trust me, I do. I think it was something with iRacing.
Yeah, there was. Well, we thought that there were issues with people coming off of 14 and maybe the setup hard under acceleration. You weren't the only person that had problems over there. There were, Lewis, what do we say, at least 5 instances we saw during the race. Ethan not included, that people had moments off of 14.
Yeah, I have maybe 4 or 5, like you said, but maybe actually 2 or 3 they DNF.
Yeah, so we thought that it was just an ongoing issue over there. So, thankful for you to kind of do your own spin and win here on the anniversary of the spin and win, the 40th anniversary coming up this year for the real Indy 500. So the other thing that we've heard about from people in their interview is you obviously have fuelmileage.exe working on your system somehow. How do you save the fuel but are so much faster than everyone? If you can reveal the secret, I mean, you're pulling off Scott Dixon-esque type stints out there where you're saving so much fuel than everyone else, but you're also faster than everyone else. What's the secret?
I learned it from Adriano a couple seasons ago. He kind of let it out. It's just a little bit of lift and coast, and I'm constantly changing the fuel maps, just really on top of it. Like half the track I'm in 5, and then some of the track I'm in 3. I'm just kind of tapering off at the end of the straights. It's just, I don't know, I got it down. I got it figured out. It's kind of the same thing in the GTP, just without the maps, of course.
So you're working the fuel mileage and the fuel map button and setting almost every corner of every single lap. Is that what you're doing?
I'm doing it as I go through the gears. So
wow.
On the straights, I'm going up on the fuel map.
Wow. All right. Well, there you go, people. You heard it here. If you want to get into the same pace of saving fuel and get in the same categories, Ethan Stanley and Scott Dixon, that's how you do it. Any other thoughts on this race? I mean, you got the big momentum now going into qualifications. And it just so happens to be that qualifications, it awards just enough points to, if you were to get on the pole and let's say Adriano doesn't get in the fast 12, it gives you just enough points to almost make this a dead heat going into Indianapolis. How important is qualifying here next week for 12 measly points? And also going into a double points race at Indianapolis with the biggest momentum, you got to feel pretty good about that.
Yeah, this is about the best result I could imagine I could get. Adriano lost a lot of points this race. I gained a lot. I've qualified outside the fast 12 last season, and that really kind of screwed up my race. Still finished 4th, but I had to really push throughout. So hoping I can start up front and hopefully finish up front. Maybe get the season back, because I felt like the season was over after those 3 DNFs. But yeah, hopefully if I can get a good qualifying, I could run well in the race. I can have a shot at the championship here.
Shout outs, friends, family, sponsors, anyone who wants to say hi to. Big 3rd win of the year. Best time to do it right before going to 500.
Yeah, as always, big shout out to Blue Egg Marketing. They always get it done. Big shout out to JD Designs, painting all these cars that I run throughout the week. Big shout out to you guys up in the booth. Always love watching these back. Big thanks to Lake Norman Motorsports and Tyler Fody for always being there. Good result for him too, top 5. Big shout out to Chad and all the admins that run this league.
All right, well, there he is, the winner tonight. third win now of the season. And if I refresh your career stat line, this is now your 7th win overall. And that brings you into a 1, 2, 3, 4. You're now tied for 4th all time, but you're in a massive logjam tie with 3 other drivers tied at 7. It's Chad with 7, Robert Malechka. So you're in definitely rarefied air if you're up there wins with Robert Malechka. He has 7 wins. You have 7 wins, and Josh Chin has 7 wins. That puts you 2 behind Henry Bennett, who is 3rd all-time, and then there's a big jump up to Alex and Pinero. But already in the top 5 and all-time wins here in the Elite Racing League. So congratulations. And like I said, best time to do all this stuff to get on the high momentum is before going into Indianapolis. So congratulations, best of luck. We'll see you in a week, maybe in the Fast 12, but hopefully in the field for the 500 when we pick up for 500 miles here in a couple weeks at Indianapolis.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
And that is Ethan Stanley, tonight's winner. 7th career win. I believe 5 of those wins are all on road courses, 2 on ovals. So definitely we have our road course ace kind of in the lineup. Before we get on out of here, any final thoughts on the points and really the thoughts on the race before we look forward to qualifications next week here in Indianapolis, Lewis?
I didn't expect to be that close. I thought it's going to be more close, but it's still far. So Stanley went from 46, right over here. Well, I lost the thing. 46 to 18. So it really cut a lot. So next week is well, talking about the race. The race was really crazy. Almost Pinheiro lost the car. Stanley almost again. It was pretty interesting race. It was really fast race actually. A lot of battles around the track, and I really enjoyed the race today. Actually, to be honest, really good race today. So for us, it started the month of May with today, and next week is the qualifying. So open practice is started on Sunday for all of these drivers. So they still have a time for practice around. So I read they're gonna use the same weather they used to in the practice today. They actually date in the practice today. So it's gonna be like almost the same temperature you see in the real life. So it's gonna be interesting for everyone. It's gonna be hot for sure. It's not gonna be easy. Actually, it's be easy. Everyone's gonna be inside in the 33, but only the best 33 is gonna be in the Indy 500, and then we thinking about it in 2 weeks for the Indy 500 winner. But for now, it's just the practice for the qualifying, and then they have a 1 week more to practice race. So that's gonna be different things. So Pinheiro want to win this race. But in behind, they have all of these big names, including 40, Stanley, Craig Forsyth, Chad, maybe for the second time to win this race. So let's see what happened. Sorry. Let's see what happened this week. So it's gonna be big for everyone, especially for us. We're gonna cover one hour to the final. Also the bump day, the bump. Also,
the last race shootout, yes.
Yeah, that's going to be the most dramatic. I think so. The Fast 12 is not really the dramatic stuff. Actually, for the winner, for the podium, but the last 3 spots for the race is really dramatic, especially when the last week we see fastest laps in the 33. This is really crazy. So I hope to see big field for the next one, and really good for Pinheiro. He lost the position, but he came back, and he didn't lose the first position on the race. So let's see what happens next week. Thursday, same time, with the Indy 500 qualify.
There you see the schedule for the remainder of the season, and I marked them here on the screen. I'll do it again. I'm doing this with my mouse, so this is I don't have a pin or a stylus to do this, but Indianapolis and World Wide Technology Raceway, the final races there, those are all double points. So not only do you get the bonus points at qualifying if you make the top 12, but you get double points at the 500, and you get double points at Gateway. So it's important to really do well at the 500 and Gateway. And as you see, though, that we are now in this second column that I'm highlighting here. You know, we're already done with Atlanta. We're done with with the Grand Prix. We got qualifying next, but that's really just for bonus points. You know, we're not earning points on Carb Day. Then we get to the 500. That's double points. Then we take a week off or a couple weeks off. Then we go to Milwaukee for standard points, and then we finish up the season. So it's getting the crunch time. It's very important. So momentum is big. And I think those that needed to go into this race, into qualifying and into the 500 with the most momentum, kind of got that side of the coin in their favor today. Ethan Stanley's going to have the most momentum because he's got the race win behind him. Pinheiro, you know, he's used to finishing because he's always high in the points. He goes early in qualifying when there's preferable weather conditions. He's going to have himself an opportunity to maybe make some bonus points on Ethan Stanley, who didn't qualify in the top 12 last season. Maybe, but Stanley just, you know, not as at home on the oval as Pinheiro is. We're going to see. A lot can happen here next week, and a lot can still happen this season because we got 2 of our final 3 points paying races are double points.
It is. So, you know what? Also, one more thing. I start to read the names. We have a Maleska, we have a Lindenberg, we have a Estrada, we have a Benzi, Akawesi, Logan Spat is going to be there too. Clendy also too.
Seb Alexander.
RC Anderson.
RC
Anderson,
Anderson,
a lot of names. Yeah, and you know what? The big, if you win the Indy 500, you're going to get a big spot. You're going to get a big sponsor for, oh my God, for the...
You're going to go to a driving school. You're going to get a prize to go to a driving school.
I really read it here in Twitter. I already know it, but you're going to go for... my God, I have all this stuff
It's Lucas Oil. It's a Lucas Oil driving school.
Yeah, the Lucas Oil.
And you can follow that on, that's on Twitter. If you check the Elite Racing League's Twitter account, that's about a $5,000 retail prize that someone's going to get. Yeah, you're going to get that after you win the Indy 500. So, yeah, this is huge.
It is huge, and also it's huge for the people don't know how to drive and don't know how to feel to drive. Thinking about you win that, and you go for that. So everyone is gonna fight hard to go for that spot, and that's the good thing for this championship. And actually, it's actually bad for the people is going for the championship, because it's gonna be more difficult for going to the front. It's not gonna be like a last year. We see all of these guys around, and it's not big. It's not a big battle. But we have a big name today because they want to. All of these coming here to start at this mountain day, because around the racing you have a lot gonna be to do. So it's gonna be exciting to see Maleska again back. Austin Maleska teammates. My God, so it's gonna be a really good race.
Yeah, it's gonna be really something with that lineup. And again, the Lucas Racing School, or the Lucas Oil School of Racing, they will award the winner of the Indy 500 here a package worth $5,000, a 2-day basic driving school to the winner. So check that out. That is on the Elite Racing League's X page. You can learn more about that. But we're going to wrap it up here because I haven't had dinner. And I have a couple of hot dogs calling my name. But the winner for tonight and your podium here for the F5 Challenge Indianapolis Grand Prix from the Indianapolis Motor Speedway Road Course is Ethan Stanley, his third win of the year, and that he does it at the right time. Logan Spath, his second podium of the year, comes home second. Connor Nixon, his best finish of the year, comes home third. Join ERN again next week as the teams and drivers, well, they're going to move on to the most critical time of the month of May besides race day, and that's qualifying. As they like to say, that before you can start the Indianapolis 500, before you even take the green flag for the Indianapolis 500, you got to qualify. And who's going to qualify on the pole? Who's going to qualify 33rd? Who's going to be bumps? I'll find out next week. 7:45 p.m. Eastern Time is the start. Again, that's 7:45 p.m. Eastern Time. You can find everything right here at youtube.com and just search Elite Racing Network. Now, as you know, the YouTube algorithm game's not easy, so please support ERN with a weekly grind. Leave a comment below. Let us know your thought on tonight's race. If you enjoyed tonight's coverage, support us by smashing the like in the video. If you're new, click subscribe. While you hit the bell for weekly reminders so you'll miss out on more of ERN's other iRacing programming, including the Juicy Spider Studios Elite Truck Series. They run Sundays at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time, and the Mark J. Rebilas Grand National Series Mondays at 7:30. If you're not watching them, then you're going to be watching us next week. Next Thursday, 7:45 p.m. Eastern, qualifying. Last row shootout. Fast 12 for the pole here at Indianapolis for the 500. Today's 6th annual Indianapolis Grand Prix is proudly sponsored by F5 Challenge. This nonprofit organization enriches lives through face-to-face fellowship and exciting adventure challenges in a faith-driven environment. Their mission is built on the 5 F's: faith, fellowship, fitness, fortitude, and fun. F5 Challenge inspires people to live active, connected, and purpose-filled lives. To learn more, get involved by visiting their website and follow them on social media. All the links you need are in the description. The Elite Racing League's IndyCar Series naming rights are paid for by the Warriors for Peace. Warriors for Peace is an Indianapolis-based nonprofit organization working to end violence and inspire peaceful change. Founded in memory of Jack Shockley to support youth through scholarships, mentoring, and community programs. To learn more or to support their mission, visit their webpage at warriorsforpeace.org or follow one of their socials today. Hey, all the links you need are in the description. We want to thank Warriors for Peace for their continued support of this signature series. Premier sponsors of the Elite Racing League are Blue Egg Marketing. Don't spin your wheels. Accelerate success with Blue Egg, fueling small businesses to win big. They won big here today with their driver, Ethan Stanley. To learn more about Blue Egg, go to blueeggmarketing.com or to click on their link in today's stream description. World Wide Technology Raceway is a premier motorsports facility located in Madison, Illinois. That's where we're going to decide our championship here in just a couple more weeks. To learn more about World Wide Technology Raceway, to buy tickets for one of their premier events, including when IndyCar, the NTT IndyCar Series, runs there later this season, check out www.raceway.com or click on their link in the stream description. For business inquiries, to learn more about the Elite Racing League and what we do, visit the Elite Racing League. Visit Elite Racing League, not the Elite Racing League. You want to visit EliteRacingLeague.com. Subscribe on YouTube, like us on Twitter, follow us on X and Instagram. As always, links are in the description. So, for LGN, everyone here at Elite Racing Network, I'm Gary Gatso saying all good night and thanks for watching. And to all of our men and women serving in the military and as first responders, Godspeed, God bless, and come home safe. Catch us again right here next week in Indianapolis as we go qualifying for the 14th running of the Rebilas Photography Indianapolis 500 right here next week on the Warriors for Peace IndyCar Series. Good night.